messaged me saying, "You all good, buddy?" I'll be honest, I don't know what that means, but I kind of get the sentiment in that he's checking up on me, he wants to know how I'm doing, wants to make sure I'm okay, that kind of thing. And the fact is I'm angry. I am incredibly angry right now. With my last exam being locked behind a $2,000 paywall that I wasn't told was going to be there. Like when I signed up and got the finance organized, I wasn't told that the finance had to be finalized before they could give me my final exam. If I was, I have no memory of it. If I was, I would have counted it out. I would have said, okay, how long does the course typically take to do? You know, when do you expect me to need? I would have asked the question, when do you expect me to need to have my last exam voucher? And I would have gone, okay, so that's when I need to have this paid off. So I need to make sure my payments are going to have it paid off by that date. That's how my brain functions. That would have been my first reaction to it. But no, I find out last week. I meet with my student liaison and I say, you know, I'm not entirely confident, but I think by the time that the voucher gets to me and I book it and that the time comes to do it, I think I'll be confident. You know, like I'm ready, but I'm not confident. And she's like, awesome, sweet, no dramas. There may be a delay on CompTIA's end because they've had some delays getting the vouchers out. And I said, that's totally fine. That gives me a couple more days. And she said, no dramas. You can expect it in your email in a few days. I'm like, awesome, no worries. No email, but a phone call from the next guy I'm supposed to talk to after I pass my exam. And he's telling me I've got an outstanding amount and they can't release the exam voucher until it's all paid in full. And so I said to him, I was like, okay, well, I just want to make sure I understand one thing correctly. This is something that you cannot bend. This is something that cannot be worked around or loosey-goosey or pull some strings. This is the absolute set in stone. This thing cannot change. You cannot give me the voucher until it's all paid off. And he said, yes, that's correct. I said, okay, awesome. I'm fucked. $2,000 at $100 a week. It's going to be another 20 weeks. That's like another, what, 3 months? 4 months? I can't handle this for another 4 months. But the thing that really gets me, to my core, the thing that burns me on the inside like a raging fire, is 12 months ago I said, I'm not getting paid enough. I need more money in my pocket at the end of each week What can I do? And of course, the general consensus is the advice that you'll get from anyone at all, is get a better job, find a better job, find better work. I said, fine, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find better work. I heard about this institution that was offering a course and a job guarantee at the end, and I was like, I can do this. This is something I can do. I can do this. So I sign up. They interview me. They say, yep, you're a good applicant. You're a good fit for the jobs we've got lined up. We want you in. We want to enroll you. I said, awesome. Let's make it happen. They said, sweet. Have you got $6,500? I said, no fucking way. I am living paycheck to paycheck. They said, no dramas. We'll set you up on finance. I said, sweet. I looked at my budget and I said to myself, how much can I afford to pay? $100 a week? I can do that. And I passed the first exam, no problems. Passed the second exam, no problems. Passed the third exam, no problems. Passed the fourth exam, no problems. Hey, can I have my fifth exam? Yeah, when you give us our money. Right. So I can't get the better job because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money because I don't have a better job. I can't get the better job because I don't have enough money, and I don't have enough money because I don't have the better job. Huh. So the system is working exactly as intended. Keep the poor people in poverty, keep the rich people rich. Let the gap get bigger. I need some fucking structure. I have no structure here, and it is wearing me thin. I worked 4 days last week, and you know what? I came home on the fourth day of the week, and I was happy. I got home and I had energy to do shit. I did shit after a 4-day work week. I got home and I did shit. I worked on stuff that I enjoyed working on. I made progress on things. I even developed a tool to help me build circles in Minecraft, right? Using JavaScript, a language I've never touched before. And I'm now at the point where I'm thinking I'm going to have to drop back to 4 days a week. Because I'm going to burn out like this. Another 4 months of this, I'm going to burn out. I get the message last night. It's like, why haven't you been filling out the logbook for the van? Mate, if I knew why I don't fill out the logbook, I'd be filling it out. Pure and simple. Because if I knew, then I'd know what the problem was, and I'd find a solution to the fucking problem. And he said, this is the last time I'm going to be talking about it. This is the last time I'm going to be telling you to fill the logbook. I didn't respond to the message, but in my head, I'm like, that's what you said last time. That's what you said last time. experience has taught me that there are no consequences for me for not filling out the logbook. What am I supposed to learn from this? When all you're doing is giving me the same instruction over and over and over again, and it's clearly not working. I'm looking at the situation and I'm going, this isn't working. I can't fill out a fucking logbook. I don't know why. First and foremost, I don't see a point. I don't see the reason. I'm the only one who drives this van. Except for my 2 days off, or when Kishore takes it out after I'm done for the day. In which case you can just work backwards, because if you need to know who drove it on Tuesday at 12 midday, well, look at the logbook. Was Kishore driving it at 12 midday? No, Kishore was driving it 12. Kishore started driving at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Oh, okay. What about Clayton? No, Clayton didn't drive it that day. Right. Well, it must have been Adam, because he's the only other person who drives it. He drives it all day, every day, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. He's in that same fucking van. Do I drive any other van? Occasionally. I'll drive the installer van, the maintenance van, the nice van, for when they've got me out doing a new frame install. There hasn't been a logbook in this van for months. They've been driving it. It's like things aren't an issue until someone up above says, why isn't this being done? And then all of a sudden it's an issue. They tried to talk to me again today about the quality of the work. You know, and I'm sitting there, I'm going, yeah, I know, most of the frames look like shit, because I'm sick and tired of having to point out every single little bit of thing to do. I'm sick and tired of pointing out that you're dripping glue on the floor. I'm sick and tired of pointing out that the glue is too thin. How many times do I said to them, how many times do I have to tell them to do something before I lose my shit? Give me a number. It's like, well, you just keep telling them. It's like, how many times? Because I have. I've been telling them day in and day out, and I'm sick of it, and I've given up, because I cannot handle trying to solve the same problem the same way over and over and over again when it's clearly not working. It's a waste of energy, and my energy is so fucking precious because I have so little of it. And so he said, right, well, let's do a training day. I said, fantastic. We'll provide them with instructions. What happens when they don't follow the instructions? He said, oh, well, they'll lose their job. I'm like, awesome. So I'll be without a jockey. And he said, well, yeah, for a couple of days, we'll bring someone in. I'm like, no, I'm not arguing whether or not it's a good or bad idea. I'm trying to make sure I understand the decision you're making is that if they do not follow the instructions, I send them home, right? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Is that the instruction you're giving me? Do I drop them off at the factory and say bye and go and do the rest myself? Right. Fact of the matter is, no one in this place gets paid enough. No one. And so if that's how we're going to be treating our subordinates, they're going to go. We won't have to fire them. They'll quit. And the people who are left behind will have to do more work. And they'll be overworked and burnt out, and they won't be motivated. And the new guys will come in and they'll see the way that the old guys are working. And they'll go, gee, they aren't working really hard. I don't have to work really hard either. It'll be the same shit all over again. Oh, they're certain ways. You just have to tell them. It's not working. Just telling them isn't working. Of course, I point out, yeah, the glue is too thin. The glue is always too thin. The glue has been too thin for months. Oh yeah, I've been noticing that the glue is always thin. If you're noticing that the glue is too thin, why aren't you saying something? Add on top of that, climate change, the housing crisis, capitalism, bigotry, global violence. Humans don't make sense to me. Everyone seems to be okay with the idea of causing harm to others. And apparently that's fine and acceptable. And it's just the way the world is. I have far too much ambition to be stuck at the bottom. Good enough's not good enough. And I'm trying to reconcile myself with the rest of the world. trying to find options. I'm trying to find pathways. I'm trying to find some way forward where there is hope. At one point, I used to think of myself like Aragorn, being able to stand firm without fear, without doubt. Regarding the decisions that I make. I feel I'm falling short of that. So yeah. At the moment, I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I got a lot of big emotions. I did a really big, scary thing last night where I put the call out to my communities on Discord and Facebook, and I was like, I need help finding money. This was really hard. So yeah, it was a beautiful day, nice and sunny. I was tempted to go for a bike ride after work, but clouds are rolling in, it's cooling down. I had an additional task to go and complete after I got back, so I've just done that. Now I think I'm just going to go straight home. There's a lot happening up in here at the moment. A lot of things I'm trying to understand about the world and the current situation it's in, where the pieces are on the board. It's not the worst, but it's not great. There seems to be a lot of repeated movements. A lot of repetition, a lot of cycles. I'm just looking for ways to break them.